Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Peaky Blinders. This is episode 4 of season 1. Hopefully guys have enjoyed the first 3 episodes. They've been really entertaining, and the Shelbys are most definitely making a statement towards Billy that they will be an asset towards his organisation. Last episode was interesting because they went to Enquiry the races, didn't they? And while he was there, yeah, they said that the Lees have been stealing from Billy for a while now, and also his men are taking a cut where the Peaky Blinders, you know, the Shelbys, they can provide a better service. They can ensure that he's making more money if they get them on the payroll. So what they done is they caught one of the lead men in the act, yeah, stealing some money in the toilets, and they come in and they done him in, didn't they? They smashed his head off a sink. It looked pretty gruesome, and then they got the hat off, didn't they? And whoa, razor bladed half his ear off me. And then what Tommy done is he took the bags, he went straight across the dance floor, right over to Billy's table, dumped the money on it, sat down, said, "Look, mate, this is all the money the Blinders have just got and saved you. So this is our proposition. We can continue providing this service for you at a fee. We want to take 5% of the cuts, and we also want 3, I don't know, races or something. And then as after 12 months, we want that to progress to 6, you know, if business is booming." Billy said, "You can speak with my accountant. I want to go and dance with your lady." And he went over and he was dancing with Grace. You know, Tommy brought her to the party. He gave her the shillings that she needed. You know, he gave her the couple of quid, and she bought that red dress. Now, he was dancing, Billy. He come back over. He gave Tommy another proposition. He said, "Look, mate, you know, 2 hours. Can I take her on for 2 hours?" He said, "Yeah." He went over to Grace, said, "Look, go with him back to his house." Now, he never said she had to sleep with him. He pretty much said, "Look, you've got 2 hours. You know, if he ever gets too far, kick him in the nuts." That's what he actually did say. And she was not happy. She said, "Do you think I'm a whore?" He said, "No, mate. We're all whores. Not just you, all of us. We all sell different parts of our body. You come to me, what is to be part of my organisation. This is it. This is what you've got to do. We've got to do our section. You've got to do yours." Obviously, sadly for the women, mainly when they're part of an organisation like this, they get used as the objects that all the scruffy men, dirty men want to pass around. And, you know, she was reluctant to go, but she did. While she was there, Billy tried it on. She wanted to push him away. She wasn't having none of it. He started disrespecting her. He smashed the glass off the floor. He said, "Pick it up, barmaid." You know, as she was walking over to get a bag because she had a pistol in there, he grabbed her and started bent her over. He looked like he was gonna rape her. Then Tommy come in. He was like, "Look, mate, no, you got to stop this. I know that I was gonna let you go through with it, but she's got an STD. You don't want to go anywhere near her. You know, I thought that it'd be okay to do it, but you know, my good conscience has come in and took her away." And obviously, she acknowledged that on her drive home. She said, "Look, mate, I started the day off as a lady, ended up being a whore, but then you come in and save the day. Why, Tommy?" And it was never answered. The episode finished, but that shows to me that he is gaining a bit of conscience, and he did possibly, you know, impact his business. He was trying to cut a deal, and now this, we don't know if it's going to go ahead because he didn't shake hands at the end when Tommy did offer it out to him. But also, what's interesting as well is Tommy and Freddie, you know, clashed heads in this episode because he wanted him to leave, didn't he, with his sister, just get away from Birmingham altogether. Freddie wants to stay. He's not took his advice. He's not took the money. He's not took the ticket to New York, and he's staying here. Well, the police, they want him. They want him arrested. They want him put in behind bars. And they come over and they threatened Tommy, didn't they? They said, "Look, mate, you either give us Freddie," because that was part of the deal, yeah? The deal that you made with the commissioner or whatever was that you would get Freddie out of town. But now he's back, he's causing trouble. And if you don't hand him over to us, then we'll come and take your sister in, yeah? I know that they've got married, and she'll be done as a compliance, and she'll get put away for 4 years, so it's your choice. They clashed head to head, obviously, Tommy and Freddie, when they met each other, both pulled a gun. He said, "You only wanted to get him and my sister to be part of the Peaky Blinders and the Shelbys." He said, "No, it's not, mate. I've loved that ever since she was 9 and I was 12. Which I do believe. So, again, and then he parted ways. We didn't see any more of that episode. So, it's really interesting. We've got the Billy situation. We've obviously got the Grace and Tommy. And obviously we've got the Tommy and Freddie. And obviously the police officer as well, wanting to get the guns back and get Freddie. Loads of stuff going on. I can't wait to watch today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into episode 4 of season 1 of Peaky Blinders.
poplar docks are on strike.
Did our friends give us what we asked for?
£200.
Who did you meet?
An attaché from the Russian embassy.
Our revolution is international. And it grows by the day.
Your sister and Freddie got back this morning. I tried following them, but Freddie's so good at getting away.
Check this, mate. Who are them?
That's your starters, gentlemen. Double bits.
So has the kid left the door open then for someone to come in through the back?
Where's John?
John's in the garrison. Says he wants a meeting about a family matter. After he's said his piece, he'll come back and take his place with Squidward.
Mate, I wonder how long they've been waiting underneath that.
Oh boy.
Put that down! Put that down! We're just taking about our ties. Look what here! Search everywhere!
So, I'm assuming that that's the Lees striking back. You know, they was taking the money off Billy at Cheltenham. These come in, stopped him, took the ear off that guy, didn't they? Handed the money back, and then these have come and taken the money away from the Peaky Blinders. So again, man, you that's what happens, mate. You know, if you start a war, people are going to retaliate. You're not always going to win. People are not just going to sit back and let it happen, are they?
You know what it's been like since Martha died?
God takes the best first.
My kids have been running bloody rings around me. What the kids need is a mother. So that's why I'm getting married.
Does this poor girl know you're going to marry her, or are you just going to spring it on her all of a sudden?
It's Lizzie Stark.
John, Lizzie Stark's a strong woman, and I'm sure she provides a fine service for her customers. Lizzie Stark never did a day's work vertical.
She's changed. All right, people change. Like with religion. I won't do it without your blessing. I want you to see it as brave.
Oh, it's brave, all right.
Tommy, we've been done over.
They've taken anything they can lay their hands on. And why would they leave wire cutters?
Nobody move. When we gave up ground to the Germans, we'd leave behind booby traps. And we'd leave wire cutters.
Somewhere in here, there's a home grenade.
Holy Jesus.
If it was in here, it would have blown by now. It was my name on that bullet Erasmus sent. He set it up just for me.
Bro, mate, imagine that, like, going in and putting a bomb in there or whatever, a trap, and then just, like, letting him know you've done it. Yeah, there's a bomb in here somewhere, mate, a trip mine, something's going to go off. Down to you to find it. That is absolutely ruthless and brutal, isn't it? And let me just say, that guy, yeah, who said that he's looking for a wife, I actually thought he was well young. Like, I thought he was, like, 18 or something like that, like, proper young boy of the family, but guy said he's got kids. And I don't know what's happened to his wife. Well, she died. Like, I wonder how, with natural causes. I don't know, but I thought he was well young. Oh.
Stay exactly where you are.
I'll pretend it was you.
Which door did you open to come in, Finn?
I didn't. I climbed in.
That's why you should never pretend to be me.
Mate, that was only a small grenade though, wasn't it? Like, do you reckon that'd kill you? Might blow some parts off you. Mate, you gotta have some balls to go in there, haven't you?
Put your hand on the Bible.
Anyway, I didn't come here to lie. This war is cutting us all up. So I'm benita I chico ho propinere. I need your boys.
For what?
Kimber's not the brains. There's a Gadze who runs the race. That's Nessa Vorbin. Just we need a familia.
Yo, mate, so he's done all this to get Billy on his side to then come and double switch on Billy later on, mate. How interesting is that? So, like, now he's got a definite surefire winner in 1 in 3 races. Now he's coming back over to their side. It's like, let's go for it.
Bloke that we met in London who you said was a Frenchman. He was Russian. I'm not an idiot, Freddie. This isn't about them. This is about you and me. You talk about revolution. I need to know. Who are you loyal to, Freddie?
That said something Shelby on that, didn't it? He's got...
Did you have something to do with this?
I asked an acquaintance for an address. She said she'd only give it to me anonymously.
I like her, man. She seems really smart and strategic.
Your message said, you have an address for me? Promise me Freddie Thorne.
This is instead of Freddie Thorne. Stanley Chapman is a bigger fish than Freddie Thorne. Currently holding £200 in cash. Before I give you the address, I want your word that you'll let Freddie Thorne and my sister
leave the city. I'd say our little truce is proving quite productive. But Inspector?
So Churchill is becoming impatient. If you don't get back those stolen weapons soon, I will be replaced. I hope to God that my dismissal doesn't come before your decision to hand back those guns. On my last day in power, for example, I would see to it that you and your scum brothers have your heads stoved in with mallets. Oh, that would be a dark day indeed. You understand?
Clock is ticking. He was never going to shoot him. He wouldn't be able to. The deal would be off, wouldn't it? So logically, Tommy played his cards like when he played his alpha move. When he come to the table, physically, put it on the table. I've got the guns. I want this, this, and this off you. He played his power move. This guy's come and played another power move. But also, the reason why this guy's saying it, it does make logical sense. Now, I don't know if he is getting pressure to find the guns, but it would make logical sense. Like, Tommy's asking him to wait until he does his business with Billy, but this waiting is actually no control of him. It's powers above. If they get sick of it, they can take him out. Look, you're gone, mate. Get someone else in more competent to do it. That's it then. Both plans are foiled. His is ruined, so's Tommy's. He's not got somebody playing the field for him and letting him do the things that he wants to do. So it needs to happen sooner than later. Do you know what I mean? Or give him one crate. You know, like, I'm sure he took... There was multiple boxes. Give him a couple of boxes. He can go back to Winston and say, look, mate, we're making strides. We found a couple. You know, it's not them all and it's not what we want, but it's a small win. You know, you got to take each step at a time. Yesterday we had none. Today we've got some. We'll keep going. And then that shows that you're being competent in your job and you're actually doing and looking for things instead of just sitting around on your ass and not coming back with any info at all.
Look what we found. See, Stanley Chapman really does have snow on his boots.
You're fucked.
Still refuses to say where it came from.
He'll tell us everything he knows, including the whereabouts of Freddie Thorne.
I thought you'd done a deal.
People still talk about such things in this idiotic century. To a Peaky Blinder. Go and interrogate Mr. Chapman until he tells us where we can find Freddie Thorne and his wife. And do not make the mistake of being too gentle.
Today's her birthday. I know you never miss it.
And I'm lucky you're not a copper. Who told you about the money?
Who do you think? Yeah, it was Ada's idea. That's how desperate she is to get out of that rat hole you're keeping her in.
You did a deal for me.
For Ada.
And you think this copper will keep his word? Stanley won't be able to give up my address because he doesn't know it. None of us know each other's addresses. And they'll keep beating him and beating him for information he doesn't have. And if you want me out of Birmingham, it'll have to be in a wooden box.
Stopping one there, Ida.
He is, mate, innit? You got to respect it, though. I mean, it's interesting.
You told me to carry on. He had some kind of seizure.
What's the matter with you? He fell down some stairs.
This is not bloody Belfast.
Use Grayson. If he has any awkward questions, ask about the welfare of his mistress in Saltley.
We haven't lost a single penny to rafflers or chalkers in 8 race meetings.
So we throw the dog a bone.
You can feed off Birmingham and watch you for lunch. Get back to work.
We heard that the Lees turned you over.
Oh, you shouldn't listen to gossip, Mr. Kimber. This way. John, Lovelock, Squid boat in here.
Warwick next Saturday, at least 50 yards from the beer tent.
So they're getting the first little assignment then.
Shelby family has its first legal racetrack pitch.
Oh, are they the guys, right? I don't know if you've ever been to the races before, but like, you can bet. So when I was at Aintree, you could bet with the Aintree people. They got their own official stands, but then you can also go down to the race pitch, like where, like literally where the grass is, and it's just random people stood there with their own umbrella stalls, and they give out their own odds. And I'm assuming that is where he's going, you know, like he's been given a little section where he can apply his own odds to the board, and if people don't want to bet at the official place, they can come and they can get odds from these. And to be honest, these guys, in real life anyway, from my experience, offer better odds than the actual like bookies themselves. Maybe that's because they want people to come and use them first, and considering they know what horse is going to win, it's interesting. But because it's horses, it's nothing set in stone, is it? The horse could run, it could fall at a fence. Yeah, what happens then, mate? They could put all their eggs in a basket, and their horse could, the winning horse that they know is going to happen, could fall, and they could pay out big time. That is something that you got to take into consideration for further down the line. Anything in a sport that involves an animal running is not always set in stone to win.
These cigarettes have a strange smell, Arthur. They smell like rotting water. And look, Rats have gotten into some of them. These cigarettes are not fit to sell. You should find a new place to store them. What's wrong with a dry warehouse?
Tommy's orders. Always keep contraband near petrol boat moorings.
Don't boats get searched?
We moor them at junctions.
He's let the cat out of the bag.
1, 2, 3.
Arthur tells me you've been asking questions. Let's you and me go for a walk. You're a good Catholic girl, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to get her to confess like what we're thinking.
Kimber has an advisor by the name of Roberts. He talks well.
And you need a Robert. I'm not an accountant nor a lawyer.
No, but you have something I need. Class. You keep the books in order.
They were chaotic.
But you're a liar. No Catholic girl would enter a church and forget to make the sign of a cross.
This isn't an interview, this is an interrogation.
Sit down. You're washed up in a place you don't belong. My good fortune.
And perhaps mine.
You know that most of what I do is illegal, and yet you'd still be willing to work for me. Very important detail about my reasons for employing you.
Interesting, mate. The guy's just gone straight in there. He's not bothered.
Do you resign?
My appetite for the work has only increased.
That bag looks heavy. Jump in.
It's Cease.
I just want to talk. John is his own man, and you're your own woman. Since I came back from France, I've come to you on any occasion. No, I didn't tell him. Just like you didn't tell him.
Don't want to lose him, he's a good man.
You see, our John says you've changed, and I believe him. So I wish you both every happiness. My wedding gift to you.
One last time.
Fuck, no way, on. No, he's waiting for us to say no. He's testing her.
Bloody pounds. So the past is not the past.
Yeah, see what I mean? He's smart. He's really smart.
John will make his own decision. He will have the facts.
Oh man, that was like well interesting. But what's your opinion on that? What is your opinion on that? I think that first of all, it was really interesting. I actually think from that, I'd say that's a good brother, man. Like, because he was testing. I'm not stupid. I knew it was a test. I absolutely knew it was a test. And I like how he says he's going to get the facts as well, mate. He can make his own mind up once he's got the facts. He's going to tell him, let him make his own decision. No ghosts in our cupboards. Do you know what I mean? It's all going to be up in the open. Sometimes you got to understand the situation where you're from and how much you need the money. And you got to look at it as like, is it intimacy or is it let's improve the life and improve you know what I'm saying? That's how she was looking at it, but from his perspective it's like, nah mate, he said the past is the past, but if someone's going to come and counter to you, then you're probably just going to do it anyway, so my brother needs to know that he's still in the game.
He's obviously not stupid. All we found was stolen tobacco and whiskey.
I've been working on Arthur, he's easier. He wants me to be his bookkeeper and secretary.
Fallen quite heavily for you.
Thought you'd be pleased.
Just hope you remember who you're dealing with here. The difficulty with undercover work, Grace, is to remember what you are.
No, I get it again though. I get where he's coming from. Like, because it's hard. It's like saying to you now, yeah, you've got a connection with one of your friends. Now, obviously, you've been friends with them for a while. But that connection, you can still get that when you're undercover. Some people can be deep undercover for like 5-6 years. And at a click of a switch, like a flick of a switch like that, boom. You've got it right, you're coming in, getting arrested. Yeah, it's me, I was undercover, unlucky, we've got you, prison, rest of your life. Sorry, I do know your kids. Bill and Joel say, yeah, sorry, I do know your wife, you know, Diane, but yeah, I'm putting her in prison, you know. I really like you guys, but I was here to get him. Do you know what I'm saying? So again, it's one of those tough ones. I could never do it. I would get attached to them, yeah. You know, if you go undercover, you get good friends with somebody, and then obviously how you got to wait until it's time to bring them in. It's hard, man. You got to be a really strong person to do it.
I need a favour. I want to borrow the car and take Lizzie for a ride in the country with the kids.
Yesterday, in the front seat of that car, I offered Lizzie some money. She said yes. Marry her, if you want. But you have to know, she said yes.
It's absolutely brutal, that, innit? But it does need to be out there.
May you be in heaven a full half hour before the devil knows you're dead.
Hey, that's a pretty good one, that.
I had the phone put in.
Oh, if we knew someone else who got a phone, we could call them. I want you to get that to my sister.
I don't see her.
No one does. She's hiding from me. I'm told she goes to a bathhouse on Montague Street.
What am I delivering?
It's an invitation. To a family occasion, I want her there. What the hell, John?
I couldn't get it lit. Couldn't even do that. She said your brother Tommy is a dirty liar. And then I spoke to her sister and her cousin. Bought them a couple of drinks. Just a few regulars, they said.
I think you're the first Shelby in history to have a legal license for anything. What would our granddad say?
But we still have to look out for each other, right?
Of course, mate. That's why I done that for you. You had to know.
Tomorrow, we finish the war with the Lees for once and for all. 10 o'clock tomorrow. Be ready for anything. Ready, boys? John, ready?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Have a drink. Let's go.
Oh, no.
Before you go into battle, there's something you're gonna need.
Oh, just set him up.
It's a wedding.
Whose bloody wedding?
Now, if we told you, you wouldn't have come.
Oh, look! John, boy! John! You have no bloody right, Tommy. Bloody marrying some fucking mushroom picker.
But if you marry her,
Oh, shit.
our family and the Lee family will be united forever.
Oh, I hope it goes well for him, man. I hope she's really good looking as well, so he's happy.
Will he do?
He'll do.
Here she is.
She better be under 50.
We're here today to join in matrimony,
which is sanctioned and honoured by the presence and the power of these two families around us.
No, she is pretty cute. Look at him.
He's not speaking to me, and when he does, he calls me a fucking Shelby, even though I'm a thorn now.
I now pronounce you man and wife. Huh? Well done, kiss the bride, will you?
That was interesting. You know, at least he's kind of happy. Like, he's happy with how she looks. I was saying it with Freddy, mate. No matter how much, yeah, like, he might annoy you and he's reluctant to go, you have to respect the guy saying I'm staying, regardless of everybody telling him to go, mate. Like, I said it before when he was in the graveyard with that woman, like, you might not have to like him, you got to respect it. Like, the guy is adamant that he's staying around, and sometimes, yeah, you got to admit that that is a good trait, man. The guy is willing to fight for what he wants to do, and it's a positive.
Ida.
All right, Ida. Come on, I've got rest. Sit down.
Holy shit. Water. Right.
Oh, he's having a baby.
Bloody hell, you go pick your time.
You do pick your toy.
Nice car, John. How's she running?
Yeah, beautiful. Really smooth.
Your sister's in there giving birth. You're talking about the bloody car.
Freddie should be here.
Is that a heartbeat I hear inside that chest?
The truth's last till sunrise. On my out. Tell Freddie it's safe.
I think it might be the wrong way round.
So beautiful women.
Oh, look at the difference between the women and the men.
Tommy said it's alright for him to be there.
Oh, she can't call it in.
That's right. Pretty barmaid that just walked out that's made our brother go all soft.
There you go, look.
Welcome to the world, son.
You can't come in here, there's a baby just been born.
Freddie, there's a baby.
Don't do this to me.
I think this is going to bring him and Tommy closer together. It's like Tom and Jerry, do you know what I mean? He always wants to chase him and get him caught, but when it happens, he lets him go. He's not happy with it.
It's a boy.
Ollie!
But the police came and took his father away. Dare look at me like that!
Do you reckon he turns straight?
You liar.
Don't even speak. Yeah, don't even speak. Right, it's like, right, we had this. We had it in the UK. How was it last year, the year before? Wayne Rooney's wife, so Colleen Rooney, yeah, released fake personal Instagram stories, yeah, as they was getting leaked to the press, and over a whole it's like she was her own investigator. Over a year she was releasing fake stories and narrowing it down slowly and slowly. You could see them until she found out who was leaking her personal info to the press, and she said it was Rebecca Varda, which is Jamie Vardy's wife as well, which she's always denied. But it's interesting, it's like that, it's like she's doing it too fast. Yeah, she said about the docs, they went straight to the docs and looked for the stuff. He doesn't know that, he's not seen it yet. But she said about, yeah, tonight he's going to be there, you know, we called a truce for tonight, boom, called in, gets arrested. It's like, who was around us when his name was spoken and that information was released? it needs to be addressed. Like, he's gonna find it sooner or later. He's not stupid. The guy's really smart, and to me, she's making it too obvious. Yeah, I put a phone in. That'd be great, but who am I gonna call? I don't know anybody. She's probably using it to call that guy. So again, it's interesting. I was saying before, it's kind of like the Tom and Jerry thing, you know, or the Roadrunner. They always love chasing him, but then the coyote. But realistically, they never really want to catch them. They always just love it, and it's like a love-hate thing for them. Yeah, he's always saying, "Yeah, you better leave Freddy, do this and this." But we're saying in this episode, he respects him. He respects his principles, that he wants to stay and not leave and not listen to anybody else and be his own man. And like now he's actually been took away, he's probably gonna want to fight for him to get back, because he said you could come, and he got caught on his. Do you know what I mean? Like, Tommy might feel guilty himself, like, because he was like, "It's your son's been born. You can come and visit him," and that's when you've been caught. And now he feels like he's probably got a responsibility to get him out of that situation, because it was his actions that kind of got him caught in the first place. When he, like we say, is a fish, mate, and you better catch it. Like at the start, he's a slippery. And he's been running for so long, and now it's so obvious. Like, to me, it's dead obvious that somebody around them who was there tonight or around the situation is part of it, who's leaking the info. So he's going to have to narrow it down and find out who it is. And that is going to wrap up episode 4 of Peaky Blinders. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, another good episode. It's very interesting. So we thought that obviously they was cutting a deal with Billy, yeah, just so that they can, you know, that was the plan that we thought he wanted to do. The way that he could expand his business, and that is the plan that he's kind of going with, because Billy's given him a license now, an official license where he can be a bookies at the races near one of the tents, which again is really interesting. But that is not his end goal, mate. His end goal is kind of like dethrone and overpower him. He's made a deal with the Lees when it looked like at first he instigated a war with them so he could get on the side with Billy, and now he's gone back against Billy and gone back to the Lees and said, "Look, mate, we kind of got like family history, we kind of family, and he's organised a wedding. They're connected now, aren't they? John and that girl are married now, so the Lees and the Shelbys are one big family. And obviously Billy doesn't know that yet, but he's too involved now, it looks like, Tommy, in everyone. Like, how does he keep it a secret from Billy that he's got connections with the Lees, when obviously Billy doesn't like the Lees, and Tommy is the one supposed to be protecting Billy from the Lees, if that makes sense. Tommy got his contract with Billy because he wanted to stop the Lees from taking Billy's money. Now that is kind of been implemented. Now Tommy's gone, and now he's got connections with the Lees, so now he's kind of like protecting him from nobody. He's kind of just got a job because they kind of all as one united family now. So again, it's really interesting to see how it works out now when they go to the first race as well. I want to see like how it goes. I did say before that possibly a horse could fall, one of their show winners, you know, the one that they say is going to win the race. It's not always a shoe-in, is it? Like any time it comes to an animal, it could hurt itself, it could jump a fence, it could fall, and that's it, game over. You could lose a lot of money. And like I said, the Lees attacked him at the start and they lost a lot of money. And they put a tripwire in, didn't they? They left them some bolt cutters or something to say, like, cut the wire, there's something here. And it was a grenade that they left in the car. They managed to throw it and get it out of the way. But if we focus our attentions on Grace, to me, she's doing things too fast. As soon as she hears information, she's passing it on. So obviously she did find the information about, well, possible information of the location of the guns. Said that he likes to keep it close to like the shipyards or something, so that there's many routes out, you know, if they need to get it away quickly. And she told the police, and they've gone and they've searched it. Now obviously Tommy doesn't know that, they've probably not been there yet. But again, yeah, as soon as Freddy, he said, was named that he's going to be there for his kid's birth, boom, on the phone to him, they got him there, he's arrested. So again, I want to see how Tommy reacts, because what we've seen so far in the first 3 episodes is they've been pushing him away, haven't they? They've been saying, you go away, take care, you go, don't be around here. Now, whether that is because of just a deal that they made with the officer, or it's just that they don't want to hear at all, is it's a different question. But the fact is that he's been taken on a day that Tommy said that he can come and he can actually like be here peacefully, chilling, you know, it's family day, no dramas. A truce has been drawn, and then he gets tucked away. He might feel some sort of responsibility and want to try and help his sister, obviously as a sister, but as a father to his obviously well, nephew as well now, because they've had a little boy, haven't they? And he also respects him a bit because he's got his own morals and he's not listening to people about leaving. He wants to stay and he wants to fight himself. So, I mean, there's loads of stuff going on, and lots of stuff that I think I didn't expect either. And like I said, with Grace, he's kind of falling for her. I feel like she's falling for him, but she's also doing her work as well, and she's like stuck in two minds whether she should commit or not commit. But she's a bookkeeper now. She's obviously been employed by him. She's got a little contract there. She's asking questions. He was saying, don't say anywhere in that contract so you can ask loads of questions. But I think that he's going to figure it out that it's her, and I want to see if he retaliates by obviously, like, I don't even know, doing some damage to her. I don't know if it did hit women in here. I'm not too sure, but I mean, someone needs to clock her, get Ada in, or get his aunt in there, just give her a right hook once you find out that she's the one leaking the info. But again, we're gonna have to wait for episode 5, which will obviously be tomorrow, which is really, really interesting and exciting. I can't wait for. But if you did enjoy today's episode, please smash a like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.